Taste, brought to you in part by pt1, Hand Arnold Trinidad Limited, and Aluen.
Hello and welcome to this episode of Taste, your favorite cooking show, our favorite cooking show right here on CNC3. Yes, I'm not Ian, this is Conrad Paris here, and of course I have with me mixologist extraordinaire, gold medalist, Daniel Jones. Welcome again.
Thank
so
you.
Nice to have you. Yep.
I knew I should not have left you alone with Daniel.
I'm sorry, I was just, I
alone, you know.
realized that you weren't here, so I decided to fill in for you. That is all. That is all.
I was just putting on my chef's jacket, Conrad. Come on,
All right,
Conrad.
okay, fine. Excuse me.
Thank you, Conrad. Thank you. Welcome back, folks, to this episode. And again, Daniel, thank you so much for being with us. What are you doing for us today?
Ian, it's a tribute to our steel pan. It's called
Wow.
a sweet steel.
I'll give me goosebumps. Rum, steel
Yes.
pan.
Yes, and with that little touch of sweetness. All right, so can I begin and show you?
Yes, absolutely.
Lovely. All right, so what we're going to do, I have here handcrafted,
Yes.
only bamboo handcrafted smoker.
Yeah, I see this little bamboo smoker.
All right, so what I'm going to do is smoke my glass using this bamboo smoker.
And you have cinnamon bark in there.
Yes, fresh cinnamon bark,
Wow.
and we leave that right there.
Okay.
So you can see it's designed just for this glass here. All right. Now I'm going to prepare my garnish also because the garnish is going to have a smoky element to it. What I have here is cinnamon infused sugar.
Wow. That
Right, so we
sounds
sprinkle a little bit of that.
That sounds very
Yes.
interesting. Cinnamon. I love cinnamon. I love sugar. I love orange.
What you want to do here is just caramelize it a little bit.
It's a little bit like what I do with creme brulee.
Yes, correct. Flip it over, sprinkle a little bit more sugar on the side.
Giving it a nice little sugary crust
Yes.
on top of that cinnamon flavor on the orange.
Correct.
Must be really good. You're going to use this as garnish?
Yes, so the garnish is a symbol of the steel pan.
Yes.
All right, so we have enough caramelized there. And we're going to add the smoky flavor to our garnish now.
All right.
So what we're going to do is add a little bit of smoke inside of here.
And we have this fancy smoking pump, which is exactly what he's done actually with the bamboo. So this is just technology taking over again, folks.
Correct. All right.
Smell that cinnamon smoke.
So we're going to leave this to settle here, Ian.
Special.
Now this cocktail, I'm using some very classic spirits.
Yes.
So I have yellow chartreuse, which was created by the monks. Only 3 monks know the secret at one time. I'm using here just orange peel.
Okay.
Now you could have your orange peel dried, or you could have it fresh. In this instance, I have fresh orange peel. So we're going to put some julienne.
So you're going to get the
Into our glass.
oils from that.
Correct,
But if
and
it's
that's
dry,
what you
you don't
want.
get the oils, do you?
No, you do. You do.
Oh, you do? Okay.
And that's the beauty of this cocktail. So you can have your orange peels dried, fresh, and you're going to have a wonderful cocktail. All right, so I'm using some white sugar. One bar spoon and a half. And what I'm going to do, Ian, is release some of the oils inside here.
The oils of the orange peel.
Yes, correct.
That infuses the sugar
Oh,
with
smell
it.
that, if you get it.
Strong.
Yes.
Really nice.
All right, now to this, I'm going to add a whole egg. Now you see I have my eggs are sitting on iced water, which is what you want when you're using whole eggs. I want to make sure there are no shells in here. Now the egg whites, Ian, are going to give a light, fluffy feel to this cocktail, and the yolk is going to give some body to it.
That's an interesting concept. I've never thought of using a whole egg, except of course if it's eggnog and ponche crema.
All right. And to this, we're going to add our spirits. Now, I'm also going to train a little bit of the oil, since we just put the eggs in, just to release a little bit of the oil inside here.
Yes.
And we're going to add our spirits. So I'm using the yellow chartreuse, 3/4 ounce of this.
Chartreuse, if I remember correctly, is actually a secret
Yes.
liqueur. And it's made by monks, isn't that right?
I'm using a 5-year-old rum.
Angostura.
Correct. Yes. 1.25 ounces of this. I'm going to give it a quick stir. Now, this is where the flavors begin to marry.
Yes.
It's what you call a dry stir.
I notice you've not broken the yolk.
Not as yet. It's going to be broken in a short while, though. All right, so we have some beautiful ice here. And I'm going to give this a good shake.
And the Daniel dance. Every time Daniel shakes a cocktail, he does it exactly like that. It is a whole dance, and I bet he counts how many shakes he does each time as well. I am so looking forward to tasting this drink. You have no idea. To think that this won the gold medal in Miami a short while back. I was just a strainer.
A release, you can see this.
Oh my goodness, look at that. Cinnamon smoked. And that looks absolutely delicious. Looks potent, I don't mind telling you. It's like a real fancy eggnog with a double kick.
Correct. All right. Lovely. Ready yet? And we also release.
And you've smoked your garnish as well.
So garnish is also smoked. This is going to sit on our glass.
That goes into the drink.
Yes.
And on the garnish.
Garnish also. Present to you.
Thank you. Ladies and gentlemen, Sweet Steel, a tribute to the steel pan, and this is the gold medal drink. Oops. You know what? I'm going to hold this for a moment because I want to get all of this flavor. No words. No words. This is the most delicious cocktail I've ever tasted. No words.
Thank you.
Daniel, congratulations again.
Thank you.
I'd like to welcome my very good friend Amit Raval from Princess Town, who specializes in Indian cuisine. And this evening he's put together for us a menu of northern and southern Indian cuisine. Amit, why don't you tell us what you're going to prepare for us this evening?
Thank you again for having me on Taste this evening. This evening we're preparing prawn vindaloo. We're going to do my variation of it. And we're going to be adding some sweet coconut to it as well.
So prawn vindaloo is the southern part of India.
It's the southern part, but I must tell you, prawn vindaloo has actually a great Portuguese influence in it.
Okay.
It's not exactly from Goa. It's one of the dishes that was derived from the Portuguese when they visited Goa.
Oh,
in 1500s, actually.
One would never have imagined. And from northern India?
We're actually doing some paneer. It's typical to what my grandparents would do with paneer. Just going to toss it lightly in some spices. Okay. It's good for an appetizer as a main course. It's for all my lovely vegetarian people out there.
Great. Well, I tell you what, why don't we start preparing the shrimp? Would you like to start with the shrimp?
Let's start with the marinade.
Okay.
We're going to put the shrimp over here. I'm going to give you some stuff to put in that blender over there.
Sure.
We're going to put some garlic. About a couple of tablespoons of that.
I notice you've put out all of your herbs and spices here.
Yes.
But eventually you're going to have to explain to me
all
that amazing array of spice there.
One thing with seafood I've always observed that turmeric is always used. I guess because it just goes well with it. And
that is?
This is some chili powder, Indian chili powder. It's quite hot actually. So we're going to put this into the blender.
Okay.
And we're going to add a little oil for it as well.
All right.
Oil. We're going to need some water there as well.
Okay, I'll get that.
Thank you very much.
About the same amount of water as oil?
We're going to have, let's put half a cup, will you?
Half a cup of water.
That's right. Indians would normally use something called dhania, or a lot of people know as cilantro, some people know as coriander. But we here in Trinidad, we have our own version. It's called shadabeni.
Shadabeni.
Also called bandania.
Bandania, okay.
Yes, all right, exactly.
So you want me to put this into the blender?
I want you to put it in the blender so we can put it in our shrimp here.
Okay,
all right,
do
get
that
marinated.
Immediately.
All right, I'm going to start slicing up some onions here.
So I'm going to be making a little bit of noise while you're making a little bit of noise. Shall I add it to the shrimp for you?
A beautiful shrimp right here. Look at that. Nice, gorgeous color. Oh yeah. Stir that in. Now,
that looks incredible. Why don't I stir that for you while you go ahead preparing your onions?
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. All right, so let's get our stove lit. Oh, lovely. I like that stove. Looks quite well.
Do you want me to put the skillet on the fire for you?
That'd be lovely. Thank you very much.
Okay. So what we're gonna do next? We're going to
just leave that put that aside.
Put this aside for a moment.
Aside for a moment. We're gonna start making our sauce or gravy.
Okay. How do we do that?
Oh, we're gonna start with the oil in the pan.
Yeah.
We're gonna have
vegetable
some
oil.
just now. Vegetable oil. So we're gonna start with some whole grain spices like some cumin. Some cumin in there.
Yeah.
All right. Let's put that there.
We're gonna toast the cumin.
Toast the cumin a little bit. What else we have here? We have some black peppercorns. Now I like to put peppercorns in hot oil. I think it brings out the heat in it.
Yeah.
All right. We're gonna have a dried chili as well.
Dried chili.
Depending on how hot you want this, you can add more chilies. We're gonna add some chili powder when we're making the masala. Now, folks at home, a masala is basically a mixture of spices. You can be anything. You can combine your own favorite spices and make your own masala.
Okay. So what else goes into here now?
So we're crackling there at the moment.
Yeah. It's
All right.
crackling away.
Good. What else are we missing? Okay. Let's have a little clove here now. Let's have a little
cloves.
Yeah, cloves.
Okay.
Let's go down a little
Just
tang
a
to
few
it.
cloves.
You know, a clove can really numb up your tongue, right?
Yeah.
Just gonna add a little tang to it. We have some wonderful bay leaves here. Look at that. Beautiful flavor.
Okay.
All right. And this is where onions come in. We want to saute.
And we add our onions to this.
That's right. That's right. So let's bring the onions here. Oh, look at that sizzle. Wonderful, young. We're doing well.
Okay.
We're doing real well. While you're stirring this, while you're giving this a little stir, I'm gonna mix the masala for a vindaloo. So I'm gonna put some raw jeera. I'm gonna put some garam masala. Garam masala. Garam means hot in Hindi. Masala means mixture. So it's a hot mixture because of the kind of spices we've used. I'm gonna put some chili powder. All right. I'm also gonna put some ground coriander powder. We're gonna put a little touch of clove powder because I really want that clove.
Clove. And you've already put whole cloves into this.
But I really want that clove in there because it provides a special flavor, I think, to my vindaloo. So I like to keep trying there. So let's just reduce our heat a little bit here because I try to advise people at home, when you're cooking a masala, you don't necessarily need a loud heat. The lower it is, the better.
Okay.
It cooks it slowly, it roasts it nicely. You're not going to burn it. Because when you burn your spices, it actually becomes bitter.
Okay, and all of this roasting of the spices is very important to the end flavor of the dish.
That's correct.
Okay, and now you add those other dry spices to this.
Other dry, but before that, I want to add some more moisture to my pan.
And you add butter.
So I'm going to add some butter.
All right.
Aha! They're talking about anchor butter. This one. And the secret is, it's salted.